What up, manga fans? I'm back. I'm in a video, sorry. I'm trying my best to get in the right position, and this bed's a little tricky. I don't want to fall off. So I'm trying my best to be careful while I'm moving. Anyway, it's pretty late. It's almost 2 in the morning time recording this. I know I could have just done this tomorrow, but that takes time for me to review it, since I already know what happens in the arc. Since I did watch the anime, and not that many changes made for it. So, well, my Kaiser Tyson channel, I basically published a short about some news that's come out. It's even on Crunchyroll's website too, so special news. So the live action City Hunter movie from a few years back, the one on Netflix, is getting officially get a sequel. Yeah, it's getting a sequel coming out in 2027. That's cool. That makes me. It's right on the back of popularity of Tsukasa Hojo's adaptations. And don't forget, well, Sydney has still got movies coming out, with the recent one coming out, 2019. The hype is more capitalized on thanks to the remake of Cat's Eye, and the first live action movie of City Hunter. The one on Netflix, not the Jackie Chan movie. Which I definitely will cover on my Kaiser Session channel once I've read the manga and anime. Alright. So I'm viewing the Whisky Peak arc of One Piece. So, let's get into it. So I get a little solos there. So the story opens up again, just sailing towards the island location, the home on Mr. and Miss Wednesday. Some crazy climate changes and some good comedy. Actually, one of those, since basically the story, he's basically been asleep since they left Reverse Mountain. It's a little funny. He's been asleep since then. He's also a very, very heavy sleeper. After that's over, get on the right location, Whisky Peak. Mr. and Miss Wednesday make their leave as they look close to home. Bid them adieu. So they arrive. Seems the town is celebrating them, even though they're pirates. Odd. Who would celebrate pirates? They pillage and kill people. Not all of them do, but you get what I mean. It's really not fearful of pirates. That's way too suspicious. Everyone else is an idiot, so. Yeah. They meet the head of the island, Ika Rampol. I think is that his name. He has a weird quick going, ma. The specific parts of the sentences. I watched a lot of meditation too. They managed to get it down just right. If you've not seen my review on it, go check it out on Kaiser Session. It's a good review. So, after that, again, go enjoy the festivities. Reservation. A pine Hollow Night, everyone's asleep. So we revealed that everyone's island isn't exactly honest. Obviously, Mr. Limus Wednesday shop, go Ego and Paul, Mr. 8. It's just when they work for some type of same organization. Basically, they lure pirates here. Basically, you get that great chilling along with basically pretend to celebrate them and stuff. Let their guard down and take all the treasure. So basically, they're pirate hunters, similar to what Zoro was. Speaking which, Zoro, who's still awake for his conversation, as is a true swordsman who will never let himself getting a jump against stupor. Also, he now remembers who they are. They work for an agency called Baroque Works. A company that uses code names as their bosses goes by the name Mr. Zero. No, their boss's true identity. These are the most iconic parts of the story. Zoro vs. Tiny Baroque Works, kicking their asses very easily. So after that, yeah. Miss Wednesday has a duck named Taro, who seems to be an idiot. You don't like a comedy minute moments. So, yeah. Big goofball. So after that, everything is interrupted now. When two more Baroque work agents show up, they Mr. Pipe and Miss Valentine. They're double fruit users. Oh, they're not here to help. They're here to kill. As revealed to Mr. 8 and Miss Wednesday on who they claim to be. Mr. 8 is actually named Igaram, a guard that was a guard of the Kingdom of Alabasta. Now, it seems like the manga mistranslated the name Alabasta, because in Japanese it's a Alabasta, but it's been translated as Alabasta. I don't know about the actual translation of the Japanese version. Because what actually says in Japanese or not, but because the Japanese accent saying Alabasta. So feel free to let me know in the comments down below. But I prefer to it as the Alabasta art go to be more consistent. But if I am wrong, I'd be sure I can correct me. As well as my anime videos on the One Piece anime, my videos on the One Piece anime have sagas on them. To show which these sagas these arc belongs to. Like how Romance Dawn to Logtown is the East Blue Saga. Well, being a pillow arc, it still counts as the start of the Alabasta Saga with Warship Island. So yeah, I haven't done much of the manga video, so for some reason. Oh, but maybe I did them at some point to say that. Yeah. And the devil fruits are. I think Mr. Pipe's devil fruit power is called the bomb fruit. Or is it the boom fruit? I don't remember. Well, Miss Valentine's is a kilo fruit. Things apply. Mr. Pipe can quick bonds onto anything he touches. He mainly uses his boogers. For whatever reason. I know it's gross. It's a very gross thing to do. And the kilo fruit's able to decrease someone's weight. And it's also revealed that Miss Wednesday's actual real name is Bibi Nefertari of the Kingdom of Alabasta. Yeah, Bibi's a princess. So I wonder if Oda had an idea earlier in the previous arc. Because the way she's written, I guess supposed to be cover and stuff, but the way she's written, she was like just incompetent idiots. So there's the Team Rocket in a way, that characters. Villains who were idiots and mess up a lot. But that was a really interesting twist. I don't know if Oda had that idea, but in hindsight, the upcoming Wit Studio remake could actually add some little more details to the character that show hints of her being BB, or that could be noticed on a second watch, or we actually have found in the manga, or from the source material. Get me? Just saying, it's not a bad twist. I just don't know if Oda had that idea before during the writing of the Reverse Mountain arc. So no, it's not clear to me. I don't know if we feel the best. So if you as mentioned it, let me know in the comments down below. Alright. And another thing is interesting when Luffy alright. Get up there. Iguan begs Zoro to help. Help protect BB. That's when Nami shows up, waiting for interest. Actually, she's not an idiot. Nami knew something suspicious was going on, so she pretended to be drunk and passed out. That girl could have had a lot more liquor than she thought. So after that, Nami ends up Batman both him, Igor and Zoro. They get a lot of money. And for Zoro to do what she wants for this one. It's a whole comedic bit. And Zoro has forced to save her. But that gets interesting when Luffy wakes up, mistaken Zoro, and he's thinking Zoro cut all these nice people down when not understanding knowing they're pirate hunters. So this part is hated by a lot of fans because, well, it was a reason for Zoro and Luffy to fight, just most likely don't have an action quota. Typical battle genre formula, permanent arc of antagonist. Since this arc has no central antagonist to focus on. The one antagonist is the main focus. No, we had Broke Works, but they're taken down pretty easily. Mr. Five and Miss Valentine show up, but again, they get their asses kicked pretty easily. There's actually also a good one prior with Mr. I and Miss Monday actually protecting BB. Their fate actually is known now. Spoiler alert, they actually are alive. Unlike in the live action version where they're killed. Yeah, it's pretty obvious Mr. Nine is dead in the live action version. Weird little change since, again, as I say, he's alive in the manga. I don't know. So, after that, things. Right as again resolved by Nami punching them both. And after that, he explains the situation to Luffy, and now he understands. He's still an idiot. And BB reveals that because the kingdom of Alabasta is under control of Mr. Zebo. And warns him, just right here, she and Iguan went undercover to figure out Mr. Zero's identity. I should figure that out. But knowing his identity means he'll be killed. That's how dangerous he is. So, yeah. They do know his name. She doesn't tell him, but accidentally lets it slip. His name is Crocodile, one of the 7 warlords of the sea. So Crocodile's going to be the first warlord to count as well. And Zoro did bow Mihawk, but Mihawk was on a whole other level than Zoro. So this is the first true fight against the warlord, as their skills will be put to the test. So yeah, now she's definitely upset about this. Now she's on the hit list. It's quite funny. And two work sages who are animals named they nicknamed the Unlucky, so I could refer to them as that. There's everyone their names. So yeah, now we know their identities. Except for two. Usopp and Sanji, who was still asleep at this point. So yeah. Luffy thinks to be a fun adventure too. So yeah, they officially agreed to help BB. Egon decides to be a decoy. He let them escape. And says his farewells. As soon as he sets sails, the ship explodes, presumably killing him. So, BB being a strong girl, as being strong, keeping as she knows what's important right now. Because there's a funny moment with Karu. People sleep with him, but he turns out already on a ship. I love that duck. He's just so funny. It's a shame he was moved to the live action version. Loopy. Yeah. So yeah, Loopy drags Usopp and Sanji out. Who's definitely confused about what the hell's going on. So they're intercepted on the ship by Mr. Zero's aka Crocodile's partner, Miss All Sunday. Also, if you're already familiar with the series now, you may know who she is. But new readers, I'm not spoiling it. She's an important character, yes, but we won't know much about her until Alabasta. So, for now. Anyway, the reason they know Crocodile's true name is because they followed her. Well, she allowed them to follow her. She's a very interesting character. She's intrigued about what they'll do. See what they do. And she has some type of double through ability. Now, I don't know what Oda originally had in mind for this ability. As the way it looks like some type of levitation. Some type of gravity powers. But it's later revealed that it's revealed in the Alabasta arc not to be the case. But again, no. Spoiler. So, yeah, I don't know if Oda originally had. If the powers originally going to be levitation, and so they're showing like that. But changed before the Alabasta arc, I don't know. That's most likely the case, because if Oda had the idea of an actual power at the start, he would have found out more. What he would have drawn it so you can be able to tell, so you can actually see how it's definitely her actual abilities being used. But yeah, that's something the remake could actually do. Something the actual remake can actually do. Actually adds a lot more elements of with hindsight. Like how the live action version added the character Bartolomeo, who comes supporting later down the line, so do not prepare to him for now. Again, hindsight. They will add live action version was able to add details that for later in the story. Some major references that happen later in the story. So the remake could do something like that as well. Not to extend the live action version did, but more like just full on cameos. So yeah. There's one out of character moment for Sanji as he points a gun at her head. Sanji trying to kill a woman is not very out of character for him. He hasn't just only seen her. But Sanji using a gun is one of the most out of character things to happen. Seeing things now. So, yeah, it's weird. Again, hopefully the remake can fix this. Always give an explanation why Sanji's actually using that gun in that brief moment. And the reason the original anime didn't do that, because one, the arc was still early in the story at that time. The anime was still slowly catching up to the story. So they couldn't really add any extra details on that time because of production schedules. But again, now with hindsight, the Wit Studio remakes ain't be able to sort things out. I keep know they're going to be doing a new remix version of We Are, or create a new opening that'll be just as iconic. Like, We Are is almost iconic One Piece opening. So it'll be interesting to see what they do when the remake eventually comes out. We don't know when that's happening though. It's still in production. This is an announcement, like, what, back in 2023? Anyway, Miss Olsen gives them a channel post to Alabasta because they don't know they head to a dangerous place in a little garden where they probably won't survive. Of course, Luffy does not want anyone to decide his where to go, so it destroys the telepost. Goes wherever they take him. Leaving Miss Olsante pretty intrigued by Luffy and leaves. He'll see what they will do. This will be the last we see of her until the Alabasta arc. Even something to do. Yeah, they show how that they'll be able to get through this. Right. As again, it sets sail for Low Garden, ending the arc. Yeah, not much changes from the anime version. Just the anime having a scene of Nami waking up, actually showing us Nami not being back by the rear, instead of just her appearing like in a manga. So, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy my content. Please subscribe. Want to see more? Subscribe channel. About the description. And I'll see you guys next time for more videos. Something like that. I do plan to cover the Kinnikuman manga pretty soon. Actually, I want to give that a read. And also watch the anime again. The only way I can watch it though is just head up on archive.org. Yeah, it's that hard to find. I don't know why they refuse to release it. The manga actually is available in English in a way, with each saga being published respectively in their own volumes. Yeah, not kidding that. But expensive though, so I'll see how much I got next month in a couple of weeks. So, thank you. I hope to see you guys soon. Super Jump out.